Our farm is constantly evolving, and as we grow into better and bigger pens, we have to clean up what we used to have, and we haven't done that for a while. So this is the year of cleaning crap up, because the summer wasn't as hot as normal. This is where we used to have 3 of our Idaho pasture pigs, our first ones. These posts are set in concrete in an area that's highly compacted now. And then it was late August, early September, so we haven't had rain in like a month and a half. After moving the strap down and it still didn't work, we decided it either wasn't going to come out or we needed to use 2 straps and center the post. Yeah, it snapped before it came out. That's how hard the ground is right now. We also needed these posts for another project that we're about to get to, but we couldn't get all of them out, so we did have to buy a few more posts. If you watch 3, 2, 1, if you watched my last video, which not many people did, we were cleaning up the orchard a bunch. That was because I intended to put sheep back there. It gets really muddy in the bottom area of it right when you go through the gate, and it takes months for the tractor to get in there because it's so soppy wet in order to mow. So it gets really tall and it's just unusable land back there, and I kept trying to think of how we could use that because our orchard is back there, so we didn't want the cows to destroy the trees. So I intended to put sheep back there, but I've kind of gone back and forth because I have a love-hate relationship with rams. Apparently Derek never wanted sheep back there in the first place. He just went along with it because I wanted them. But I've talked myself out of them. In fact, I'm closer now to protecting all the trees out there and letting the cows back there, because we already have cows, and I'll spill the beans right now. We're losing the lease yet again, and I am not mad about it. Around about this time, Derek was like, "Don't worry about that concrete on the post. I'm just going to chop them off." But, in the words of Ralph, I'm going to wreck it! Sometimes you just gotta hit stuff. You know, keep that in mind if you ever want to come around me. If this is as close as I'll get to the Patriot scene with the hatchet, I guess it's safer for everybody. It's time to separate these chicks out. They're going through all their water in one night and the weather's not that bad. So in order to keep a smaller, less leakage waterer, I'm going to go ahead and separate them into 2 pens. Hopefully I can tell males from females. That's all settled. The males should make just a straight line. The females are going to be curved and then curved. This one is the friendliest one. Let's see. Okay, so that would mean female. That's good, that's the sweet one. Let's put the girls up here. You're next, wet one. Oh my goodness. Hey, enough. Another girl. 2. I have a feeling this is a boy. No? I mean, am I doing this wrong? Looks like a girl. She's cool looking anyway. I'm gonna say that's a boy too. Did I get a bunch of girls? We'll see, because there's only 3 down here, and there's, I guess, 6 up here. I usually go by tails and combs, and these tails are pretty long and pointy, and then the comb and wattle are big, but on some breeds the comb isn't that big, so like that one right there. I only hatched out 1 black one, and I bought 3 black females, so I don't know. I just don't know. And do I just separate, you know, pretty close to half? Maybe I'll do that. Trying to take Walker to the vet for his neuter. These 2 busted out of the house. I guess they're coming with me. Anyway, as I was saying, they thought it was time for a walk, so I had to take all 3 of them, and we're headed to the vet for Walker's neuter. We have to leave him overnight. It'll be sad, but hopefully he's drugged up enough that he won't care. Here he is. A little less energetic. He wouldn't walk when he got taken out of the kennel, but when he saw me, he started walking. Don't fight. He was slow and sleepy that day, and then he went back to Walker. You're a maniac. We already knew this pen was in the works. We already had water set up to it on this side. We just didn't know when we'd need it. This is where the gate's gonna go. Leads out to the play yard. So it'll kind of be a wonky turn to a longer pin this way. Already got water right there. And it'll just run right here. Cows still have enough room to get by over there. Ta-da! Part of the reason for pulling all the posts out of the old pig pens was for this pin. We were given an opportunity to get a pig that has pretty rare lines, and we just couldn't say no, so we're actually replacing one of our boars with this one. As you can probably tell, we're getting pretty experienced with building pins. We decided on this one, on the new corners, we were going to build stretch posts, which with wooden posts, we're just going to make 3 corners of the corner and then attach them with braces here so that we can pull that fence against that corner. Even though these posts are in concrete in the ground, when we get this stuff called rain, it makes the ground softer and it'll move the whole post and the concrete inwards. Or if the cows push on the fence from the outside, or if the pigs push from the inside, it moves. And we're actually using horse fencing, which is 2x4 squares, so that little piglets can't get out. Those are fence enders by Stay Tough. Speaking of rain, we got a 1/4 inch right there, and then it was over and back to work. Like I was saying, we're using horse fencing because we could get a 200-foot roll, and the other ones come in 100 or 330. This way we can always use this pin for newborn babies or weaning babies, and it'll be the most secure pin we have so they can't get back to mom. We use a fence stretcher and then a come along attached to the truck, and it gets it pretty tight. Along with keeping other predators out, feral hogs are something we have to worry about. They spread disease and even STDs if they get to our breeders, and we need them in tip-top condition. I know it's popular amongst homesteaders to use the electric fence, but that's why we don't use it. All the babies are in here. Swimming pool's hooked up and they found the water. I showed it to them. I just gotta get Mama out. fix this. I'm probably gonna put Helga up just so there's no attended breakouts. Helga's piglets were the first one in because they needed to be weaned, but then we picked up our new boar. He's from Atlas Lines and we named him Albus. A fellow breeder was trying to downsize her pigs and offered us an Atlas line boar, and we agreed immediately. He's got mutton chops. Luckily, we picked him up during one of the cool days of September, but now it's in the mid-90s, so we did give them more shade, and they have this calf hut. These seedlings have done so good this year that I'm really worried about losing any of them. The temperatures were in the 70s and 80s for about a week, maybe 2, and then we went back into the mid-90s. So until it comes back down, I'm gonna keep them in here, let them keep growing on, and then we'll get them transplanted. That doesn't mean I can't prepare the beds though. You're not supposed to be in here. This is all that wool from the butts and bellies and necks where a bunch of poop, feed, hay, all that kind of stuff collects, and most people don't use this. So I'm going to use it for a little bit of extra nutrients in here. It actually brings a lot of nitrogen. It's a little compacted again, even though when I took the plants out I kind of worked it. So I'll just kind of grab some wool. It's starting to get green. Just kind of place it, and then I'll bury it. Not using a ton, because I don't know how well this will work, or if it'll just get in my way. Just kind of doing that. The wind's picking up. We've got a tropical storm or a hurricane right below us in Houston, but we don't ever get anything other than rain from hurricanes. Maybe a little bit of wind, but not hurricane force winds. We sure could use the rain though. I got this mulch because it was $1 cheaper than the compost. I have worked on the soil and bought pretty good garden soil before, but for additions and all that, I'm going to use chicken compost. I might buy those bags of compost, but for now, this mulch is going to work. It's pretty and it'll break down into the soil. So. Even though the weather's delaying my transplants, I'm still going to film it so you'll still get to see it, as long as you're subscribed and know it's here. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you can see when I post, which is Sundays. So basically I'll just see you back every Sunday. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one. Oh man, I just stepped on an egg.